Yo.
Hello, 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 and welcome to tonight's Grand Prix. We have tonight for you guys a special round. We got PLR F1 2020, round 5 from Suzuka for the Tier 2 guys. Joining me today, I am Gavin Barr, and joining me today is Shane. Shane, what do we reckon about tonight? What's the story? How are you getting on?
Good, yeah. Just waiting for the lobby here to load up for me. Don't know what the weather's like at the moment, but I'm definitely really looking forward to it. The Tier 2 racing has been fantastic all year, and it's great to see how close it is at the top of the championship. There's about 5 drivers separated by about 10 points, so there's still loads and loads to play for. Qualifying looks dry anyway, so we'll see how it goes. You're still going to be looking for the usual suspects. Eltemark fighting for pole again. You still have Bubbers, the championship leader there. So yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Looking forward to it.
Yes, exactly. This should be a good race now this evening. This track is very difficult. It's very technical. The drivers will really be struggling with keeping the cars on the track. It definitely the entrance to the S's there in Sector 1. The Degners as well at the start of Sector 2. They're very difficult, especially if you get it wrong in the first bit. And then obviously then Spoon Curve coming down the back straight down to 130R. Very easy to lose a heap of time with a small mistake in there, Shane. What do you think the drivers will be facing then with grip boys today?
Yeah, the grip will start to the track will rub in as they get out on track here in for qualifying. There's some guys straight out there. Craigie is on track, followed by Killer J there. So we'll see what the weather's like in for the race. But as the sessions go on here, you'll start getting more grip. The tyre delta isn't too bad. It's about a half a second to about 7/10. So. It's not as bad as some tracks. There was really a collision there between the two
There
guys.
was, we got that on board there on the TV cameras there following Killer J. Craigie trying to get out of the way.
But yeah, that could have been very bad at the Degner 1 there, but the track will rubber in. There is a good bit of time gained over from Q1 to Q3. But yeah, definitely looking forward to it. There's going to be a lot of guys here, a lot of fast guys in this lobby, so look excited for it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sure, we've nearly seen the guys getting caught out there as well in Q1. We seen that the last time as well, and we've seen it in Tier 1 also. Like, you know, people can really just bin it on Q1 and just destroy their race for the next for later on in the evening. You know, when they just
definitely. I find this is definitely a track more for balance than say outright downforce. If you have a car that wants to oversteer, wants to understeer, it's not great, but I think just having a good balance. NASCAR fan has already retired.
We've got Force India in the wall on that corner there, just to the left of the entrance of the S's. He's gone off. We've just gone past it there. We're on board a Killer J at the moment, trying to set a fast lap, but there we go. We just mentioned it at the top of the program.
And that was actually the corner I was talking about, and I was highlighting about oversteer because.
You nearly off of the Degners there as well. Another one we were talking about.
But the first kind of the left-hander. So you have your long turn 1 and you have turn 2. Then that left-hander. That's where I find that if your car's not set up very well, or you have a bit too much oversteer, it's very easily lost. And by the looks of it, that's what happened in NASCAR there. So he's had some fantastic performances in the race. His qualifying has let him down, but he's been coming through the field and he's shown great tyre. He's kind on his tyres. He's shown great tyre management. So it's not all over for him yet, but it's going to be difficult around here overtaking from 19th on the grid.
We said before about NASCAR, like the old saying, you can't draw blood from a stone, but he can definitely get more rubber out of a Pirelli tyre anyway. Telling you now, that's the story. But yeah, we just mentioned it there as well. Why would he's after making it very difficult for himself anyway, so he's good at moving up through the field. We've got Bubbers actually on a 128.3 up there.
Craigie with a 29.3. So 27th is what I'd be looking at the moment. Now,
Oh,
Killer J
there's
lost
Killer
it right in the
J.
same
Just
spot we were talking about. Well, the
they're
S's.
trying.
Yeah, can't fault him for pushing.
That's a difficult one now. In fairness,
Yeah.
that's a difficult one. We're Alberto Machero. We're gonna follow him down the back straight now. It looks like he's finishing off his lap time, or looks like he's gonna be finishing off his lap time now. So let's see how he gets on.
TKD man there with a 28.3. Oliver Takira with a 27.6. So that's a very good time there. Oliver's race. This is his debut race here now. He's filling in for Khalid in the Williams for this weekend. We think Khalid might is no longer with us in the championship, so Oliver's kindly stepped in to fill the seat for this weekend.
Very good. Nice to see new people joining the league. Anyone out there as well, get in contact with ourselves. You'll find some information there on the YouTube channel.
Liverpool fan is gone. There is a yellow flag at Degner 2 underneath the bridge.
Look like it. We're just coming. That's a mad one there altogether. Again, another strong driver after being caught out. Oh, there's a McLaren nearly trying to get out of shape in the hairpin as well. But yeah, the people are just losing it. They're gonna put themselves at the back of the grid. It's important to just people to be patient in this one, because again, there's two people out already. There's a few drivers then who might be more likely to be out than others, so people could just take it easy on this one. You know, they don't actually have to push it into the wall, especially in Q1. It looks like we got a Ferrari off down there as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Faz was just getting out of the way there, but I think he could.
Yeah, it looks like it there actually.
Place. Now there's nobody behind him. The next closest car behind Faz now is coming down into turn 1, so he's has a lot of clear air in front of Red Bull coming up to the hairpin. But he's invalidated his lap. I don't think he's pushing in any way. He was in the gravel at the start of it, so.
we're looking at Alpha Stone here now. He's just through turn 1, turn 2 into the S's now nicely, coming through the next right-hander, going up to Dunlop now. That really hard, difficult left-hander, especially if you've got a loose rear end on the car.
Yeah.
Worn tyres. Down into Degna 1 now, clip the curve on the inside, run a little bit wide, very nice sweep. Bit of camber there on the entrance to Degna 2 helps you in if you can catch a right. Down now into the hairpin. We've seen some good moves, some late braking manoeuvres there in past races, so hopefully something like that will happen tonight. Now on the run down to Spoon, where the Williams famously lost it back in 1995. They had a shocker race that back then. Both of them ended up in the gravel on the outside, so we seem to keep it in. A little bit tight on the exit there, but not too bad. Shouldn't have compromised them too much.
You want a late apex there. You want to use as much of the track as possible on the outside.
We're on board now.
So you can get more power.
Yeah, on board through 130R. Very slow, very minimal movement of the steer wheel, nice and control. A bit wide in the second apex of the chicane, but looking clean enough anyway. Yeah,
P6, 28.4.
P6, so 128.487. So that's looking like that should be okay to get them through to Q2, especially with the two boys after being out already.
Yeah, just two boys out already. There's still a few that haven't set a lap time yet. I know Killer J's been out on track, but he's had a few invalidations there, so I know he's going to be anxious now to get a lap time in. He still has 9 minutes, loads of time, but now it's the does he have enough fuel in the car to go for another lap? Does he need to risk coming back in and potentially using another set of tyres? This Killer J, yeah.
Yeah, we're on board with him now. He's definitely after backing off. He's backing off.
He's out of fuel.
He might very well be.
Throttle, but he's looking at his throttle map here. He is full throttle and he's not going any faster than 120 mile an hour, so potentially that's out of fuel and he needs to get back in to put a bit more fuel in, but he still has loads of time.
Yeah, so he's down in 12th place, the first guy to not actually set a lap, as you say, Shane. 3 laps on them softs there, just about 4 now.
he might need to put on another set, so that's unfortunate now um, that he potentially has lost a set of tyres there.
I actually had to use myself in Q1. Actually, seemed to be harder than Q2 if I'm honest now in Tier 1. I was very close to being knocked out in Q1, but then made it through to Q3. So the drivers just need to get a lap time in, you know.
Yeah, it's a real rhythm track. I found.
Yeah, big time.
Even before Tier 1 in practice, when I started on the track, we don't really race around here that often, so I was quite worried about it. But then once I built the rhythm around here, then you get going and you just gain confidence and you trust the car more, and you know that there's a certain line, even though through those S's, that if you hit it a certain way, you can carry an awful lot of speed. And it's all. Eltamar is retired. I didn't see that. Did you see that? There's a yellow flag at the.
We were just on board of him, but we actually went to Tilmo because he's just at the starting his lap. But I can see he's retired there on the entrance to Spoon.
Yeah.
It's a very strange place to have an accident. Yeah, very.
He would have been one of the favourites to get pole here, so that's
the two racing points out there very early doors, and they were battling for the race win there not so long ago with Monza and furthermore. So yeah, we're on board at Tilmo now, coming up to the Spoon. There's about 7 minutes left in this qualifying one session. We've got Oliveira in the lead there at 1:27.6. Big Knocko's at 1:27.8, and then Anthony Stan at 1:28.2. So it's actually not looking too bad there up the front. They seem to be very close pace wise, just over a second separating the top top 8. You know what I mean? So
the top 2 there are looking close. They look like they have a bit of a gap at early stages now. It is early stages. Some people might be holding back a bit, just making sure to get into Q2. But if I'm in the 2 guys in the 27s there, I'd be feeling pretty confident in their position. But yeah, there's an awful lot of good drivers that are about to set a lap or have set a lap time and probably feel comfortable with what they have. And then we had 3 drivers, and there's 3 drivers that have been doing very well in the championship are already out. So that does open up some spots in Q3 for some people that might not necessarily have made it, if everyone is on track. So I'm sure Happy, who has not joined the session yet, will be kicking himself if he doesn't get in by the end of Q1, because he had a very good opportunity here to have a good starting position. But unfortunately he's not in the lobby yet.
Only 5 minutes.
Needs to be in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, only 5 minutes, 5.5 minutes left on the clock there. Doomed Vista, we're on board it there now, 1:29.7. He's trying to improve. He's on fairly used, so he's after backing off now. So it looks like that might be him done there for Q1. Shadow Moody, he needs to come out of the pit lane now sooner rather than later. He's on a 1:33.5. That's definitely underneath the cut-off zone. Then Killer J, he's under pressure. Not set a lap time. Bono Candy hasn't either. Faz hasn't done his lap time, and Artistic Genius. So it's all up for grabs. Only one guy is really going out in this session. So
that actually reminds me, Artistic is not going to be setting a lap time. He actually has a quality ban from Russia.
Oh, alright then. So there we go.
So it's just, I think at the moment everyone is safe because Artistic is, unless Happy joins, that's the only thing. If Happy to be here can get in the next, he realistically needs to be on track with say 2:20, about 2 minutes 20 on the clock to be, especially if there's other cars on track and you need to be given a bit of space and stuff like that. He's less than 2 minutes to get in.
We're looking at Killer J there. He's out there spinning and Dunlop, so he's feeling the pressure big time. He must have lost the rear then, as we were saying earlier on, Shane. It's just easy to do that there during acceleration through that corner. So yeah, somebody needs to get on the phone to them, or their teammate needs to give them the old hint, hint, nudge, nudge. It looks like everyone's going to be true, but hopefully they can set a competitive lap time anyway. We can get a kind of a gauge and an idea of what to expect for Q2.
Yeah, definitely. You see, Bono Candy's having some connection issues. He's left and joined the session about 4 or 5 times already, and it's not even hasn't been able to set a lap time. Killer J is out on track. Burbers is retired. Yeah, he's ready to start Q2. Championship leader.
So there we go. Killer J now coming down to try and start a lap time. I wonder if he'll continue on or if he's copped on himself there. Who else do we have out there? Faz is trying to do a lap time.
Yeah, I
coming
think
into the hairpin.
These guys, it'd be nice to just get a lap time on the board and build a bit of confidence and, you know, get yourself ready for, well, hopefully Q3, you know. And once I suppose once they're on the same tyre, I wouldn't want to be going out into another set, you know. Yeah, but a lot of the drivers that are safe into Q2 now are retiring from the session and getting themselves ready now. 2 minutes left. Alberto is gone back out on track, which I find strange enough now. He's relatively safe, you know. I'm not sure why.
I believe he's on 3-lap old softs. He might be going out just to kind of get a bit more of a feel.
Could be. Just, yeah, I suppose, while you're out there, get the feel. If you're in,
Killer J off
safe,
again at the top of Dunlop there. Sorry, he's having a bow task right now. He doesn't seem to be able to find the grip the same as everyone else. He's off now in down to 2.
Just doesn't have Alberto's position there. He's quite safe, and I'd be quite shocked if he gets knocked out. And going out on track, you have the potential there. Happy is in, but he's
Happy
not
is being in, but he hasn't got it.
I would still recommend him to get into his car and get on track just to make sure that he gets allocated a car. You don't want to be sitting in qualifying for the rest of the session and you know,
risk
get
it
to the
just
start of the race, you know, the car. So
just like previous
he's lucky
times.
he got in because, you know, if you're not in by the end of Q1, you know, you do miss the race. So you know, he's lucky that he's in with a minute spare.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't know you lose the race if you don't get in Q1, but sure.
Maybe it's not been officially announced until next week, so but it will be coming in anyways. So
nice.
Just that connection issues have just been quite poor over the last few days, and it seems to be caused by late arrivals. So just need to kind of get that sorted.
There we go. Happy's loaded into the Renault there. Still says he's in the pit lane.
Yeah.
I wonder if he'll jump out, but he seems to have been allocated a car, which is fantastic news.
Yeah.
So we're just about 30 seconds left of this qualifying session. It doesn't look like anyone's left out on track. It seems to be Eltamar's down in 16th, NASCAR fan in 17th, Liverpool fan 18th, Happy to be here in 19th, and then Artistic Genius in 20th have been the drivers knocked out of this session. A lot of guys there, Shane, that shouldn't really be there, to be honest, and it's just their own situation.
Just not keeping it on the tarmac. We didn't see on board exactly what happened, but we have a fair idea of what happened, depending, because with knowing the corners that the drivers had their accidents. But yeah, Eltamar, Liverpool fan, definitely would have been fighting for pole position, and I'd say NASCAR would have had a good shout as well with how he's been driving. So yeah,
we have
big shot that the trade Emerald.
We have Happy there. Happy to be here. He's just left the pit lane for a bit of a glory run. Through the S's, he's in his car. He literally got there. He got there, Shane, with about 5 seconds left on the clock, and he was out the pit lane. It was actually ran out before he got to the end of pit lane. I was like, what a legend. So everyone has to probably wait for that 2 minutes and 20 seconds now, and we'll have some great TV time for Happy to be here, who will be starting 19th for the Grand Prix, but we look forward to seeing him.
There we go.
It's after going. It's alright, you got time now. Fantastic. Happy to be here, qualified 19th, but got a great old shout out there, and hopefully he does well in the Grand Prix.
Sure, he is happy to be here.
Oh, he definitely is now. We have, just looking at the chat there on YouTube, hello to all our followers and fans out there. We've got Bubs saying, let's go. We got NASCAR fans saying, commenting on the rumble strips and the S's there. Definitely not your friend. Let's be honest there. And then Craigie, F1 Scotland fan, love your work. Thanks very much, guys. Keep the comments coming. We'll hopefully remember to have a shout out later on. Oh Lord, Amoy, don't get me started, Shane. Don't get me. All right, then.
So Q2.
That's
it's going
it.
to be interesting now to see what people do strategy-wise. If anyone actually can let us know what the weather forecast is for the race, just so that we can see what people are thinking and doing for the rest of qualifying.
That'll be handy. Do the fans need their brollies, or can they bring their bucket and spade? We'll see how it goes. Alright, Q2's after starting now. Let's see if any of the drivers come out for a banker lap. I wonder if many people are going to do the risk, Shane, on the mediums there, considering there is a good bit of a time delta in that one. And
it's not as bad. It's about 5, 6, 10. So it all really depends on your pace, I suppose. That there will be, the top drivers might have that 5, 6 tenths, buffer that they can go out with mediums.
I just want to say there, Shane, Bubs has just commented on the comments there saying it's looking to be dry for the race. So fantastic news. They don't have the weather to worry about, just themselves.
Yeah, there's at the moment TKD man and Anthony Stanner on the mediums. And
Who are we going on board with?
Is on the outlap, but Shadow Moody's out on softs. Bono Candy is disconnected again. I'm actually quite surprised with the number of people going out on soft tires. You're pretty much roping yourself into a two-stop strategy here, so yeah.
The soft hards wasn't too bad actually on my race there. Did run out of grip near the end, I have to be honest, but they definitely came into the wrong when other people were pitting, and I was definitely able to keep a few people behind who pitted, but yeah, no, they can be a bit treacherous near the end. As you say, Shane, earlier on though, it's one of them tracks for rhythm, and I found myself, if I got the first bit of that essence, if you're anyway out of shape, you're just wrecked through the rest of the first sector, and then it messes up your chi for the rest of the lap. And God help anyone behind you, because I know myself, I had a few guys behind me, and I nearly caused an accident because I was just struggling to keep the car on track, so it can be quite difficult. Now we're on board with TKD man for the old lap. Shane, if you want to talk us through it.
Yeah, he is one of only two drivers. Well, he's the only driver on track on the medium tyre, so he's just coming in out of... I don't really know if turn 1 is actually 2 corners, because I suppose if we're looking at NASCAR terms, it would be classed as 2 corners.
It'd be like 6 corners.
Took a bit of curb there, that was a bit dodgy now. You can lose the rear quite easily, but he's coming up Dunlop now, into 6th.
Ooh.
Rear stepped out a tiny bit, which can easily happen. Now, is he going to downshift? He broke as well. Into third, he got on the power early there. Degner 2, that's what you need to do. You need to get on the power as early as you can. Right, so...
Oh, we got a McLaren into the wall on the exit. I did this.
Second gear, third gear, yeah. Right, the Shadow going to stay out of the way? He does. Coming to the approach, it's spin. So, 8th gear, you should be downshift now into 6th. And then down another gear into 5th. He went down into 4th, that's not too bad. You can take it in 5th, he's on the run now down to 130R. Should be easily flat, I should say, not fat. And break down here into 3rd gear. Into 2nd. I actually take that, I take the end, I got dropped down into 3rd gear on the entrance there of the was it the Casino Triangle corner? Is that what they call that? The last chicane. The 24.6, it's not too bad on the medium tires. Bubber's there. 28.7 on the medium, so TKD man done a very good lap time there. Faster than Alpha Stone's his teammate on the softs. But the lap times are coming in quick and fast now.
Yeah, I think Bubbers might be looking a bit sketchy with that one.
Was the Williams off? Is that a Williams off?
It looks like it, yeah. Let's have a look here.
Oh no, sorry, it was a Mercedes. Binda on the exit broke his wing at the entrance of the pits.
Oh my word, who was it there? It looked like Doom Beast that we missed him.
Trial where you lose the traction coming out of the last chicane there.
Got somebody off on the Degners too.
Spin into the pits. So actually, that was quite strange. It's shown on the Delta on the screen that all these guys are on softs, but when they're setting lap times, they're pops up on mediums. But yeah, it is the right thing to do. You want to be starting on mediums if possible. But yeah, Oliver, he was fastest in Q1. He's at the moment provisional fastest in Q2 as well at 28.3 on the mediums. It's less than a tenth up on TKD man there, so I'm going to go down and have a look at Tilmo here. Tilmo's on a lap there, Lemony, if you want to.
Tilmo, yeah, I'm going to jump on board with him now. We're on board now, Shane.
So just going to the Degner 1 here. He's in 7th gear, 8th gear. He missed the apex of the first part there, down at the third. He ran wide.
He hasn't invalidated his lap though.
His entrance. No, I think it's because he didn't go on the power straight away. Into second, a bit of a lock up into the hairpin yet.
Ooh.
Oh. Lost the rear there on exit. It is very hard. I actually take that in third or fourth gear, just to down into 5th there for the entrance. That's not ideal. He's running no ABS as well. You can see he locks up from here and there, so that's fair play to him for driving without that.
We're watching on the TV camera here ourselves. Coming down into 130R now. They actually opened up that corner. It used to be 130 degrees, but now they've opened it up there just to accommodate the new cars and stuff like that, so make it a little bit safer.
Oliveira just set another time of 28.0 on the second lap. I wouldn't be doing that if he was safe enough there with his first lap. Tilmo there with a 1:29.6. There was a few mistakes on that, so I'm sure that, well, he's backed off, so he's definitely not going for another lap. But he will have to come into the pits.
Yellow flag sector 1.
That's
what is going on here? Yeah, I'm trying to get a car there to go on board with there. Trying to get one that's starting a lap there. Sector 1, yellow flag. It looks like it's just somebody going a bit slow. So, alright then, we're going to get on board at the Red Bull then, Alberto.
Yeah.
Down in 12th here on the softs. He's looking to try and offset a few of the guys up there in the medium. Faz in 9th, Spec Jive in 8th. You know, they're looking a bit vulnerable up there.
Yeah.
You know, being able to be knocked out. So coming into the Tretched first part of the S's, gave the curve quite a wide berth, which is a clever side of things, you know. Keeping it nice and tight to the curves, but not touching them. Very good lines there. A little bit wide, but not too bad. Into Dunlop now. Up over there, flatten the throttle now, straight down to the Dagna 1. Again, try and clip that curb on the inside. Don't run too wide.
Well. That was probably the best we've seen so far.
Yeah, not too bad there. Use the exit there of Dagna 2 now with the run into the hairpin. Again, there's a couple of lines you can do through there without losing too much, but he took that really nice now. A little bit of a late apex. Flat out now through here. This part there can be quite difficult, a little bit difficult in a very wet race, but not too much in the dry for these cars. Into Spoon. Oh, wide on Spoon there, but he hasn't invalidated his lap crucially. So he must have got an okay exit out of there, hopefully now down to 130R. This can be a bit sketchy, Shane, when you're side by side beside someone. He's purple now in the sector there. So
he's on soft, so he would be carrying a bit more speed through the corners. Missed the apex there for the Casino Triangle. Yeah,
definitely some time to gain on this, but let's see where it goes. In 13th at the moment, straight through the 7th place. So there we go. There you go. Faz is under pressure now. Spec Drive as well there. The Ferraris aren't looking too good. What's new?
Coming out of the Casino Triangle there. He's on soft. He's about to set a lap time. Faz has retired. I think Faz has been there somewhere.
Faz is out there taking out the dreaded.
The trip across the grass there. Oh yes, the engine.
Faz is the dreaded. Yeah, the left-hander in the S's. We've got one. It's claimed another victim. That's 4 drivers crashed out of his qualifying there today, and we didn't quite get to see where Faz's car was, but we could hear the engine in the background, so that's not good news for him. Looks like we got
Yeah.
Doomed is just starting a lap there now.
Non-stops.
Yeah, these guys are trying to get out now. Not too bad through the first part of the S's. He got through there, which is great news. Through the last bit of the S's. It's very easy to clip that curb on the inside to kind of unsettle the car. Yeah, the whole track's a nightmare, let's be honest. This one...
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Monday.
Yeah, well, you're the winner of that one, Shane, in fairness, but as you say, it's a rhythm track, you know. If you just get out of that rhythm, you're shocking for a few laps.
Second geared, up to third, fourth, fifth, quick. Get up the gears as quick as you can. Make the run up here to the spoon. Downshift into sixth. Ran wide there, didn't invalidate, did lift off. It's not as strict as Russia. If you'd done that in Russia, you'd be getting 3 second hands.
And you'd be straight up to the headmaster's office afterwards. Into the chicane now.
I think he's listening. I'm sure he'd be paying attention, but just want to congratulate Equaz there for winning the Constructors' Championship there in PLR Tier 1. Fair play, had done a great job all season, and he's still in contention for the Drivers' Championship as well, so fair play.
That's it, Shane. Like, you know, it's a nice time to recognise the Alfa Romeos there in Tier 1 with yourself and Equaz. Great season with you guys, you know, very hard to beat. You seem to be taking all the trophies for yourselves, but you know, it's only up to us to get better, let's be honest here, you know what I mean? Great tip the hat, you know.
It's like this as well. You look at the times here, you know, there's it's still very, very competitive and close, but Tier 1 yesterday, on Monday I should say, in Quali 2 was 3:10 separating the top 7 in Q2, which was, you know, amazing to see how close the field is getting, and that's what we want. We want competitive racing. We want to have that unpredictability that any driver can stick it on pole or, you know, win a race, score podiums. You know, that's the ultimate goal, you know, to have a competitive championship. So it's great to see.
We're on board here with Doomed Vista now in 10th place. He's feeling the heat now, you know. He's got the Bunsen burner underneath him. He's not liking it too much.
Did he run out of fuel there? He started coasting there towards the end. And he took spoon in third gear. I don't know, is he ready to go again? He aborted that. No, he's coming to the pits. He will be touch and go because he's in a Mercedes, so he has the longest to start a lap. You know what I mean? Like he's at the start of the pit lane. So when he goes to leave the garage, he has to drive the whole way down the pit lane before he can get out on tracks, which does take probably 10-15 seconds more than it would be if you're down at the Williams end of the garage, you know.
Sorry, my controller had just died on me there, Shane, so we kind of lost track of where we were there with the drivers. We're on board of Tilmo now, coming down into the chicane. Yeah, I'm going to stick with him now to try and start this lap.
There is a few already. Spectre is putting an awful lot of laps on his medium tyres there. They've basically all wrote themselves out of a medium soft race, which is by far the best strategy to do, and not many people know that it can be done. But if you're putting 3 laps onto your medium tyres, you're not giving yourself any hope of being able to do it. It's extremely touch and go to do it just by doing the 1 lap of medium. So the likes of Knocko's, Oliver, Spectre, Craigie, if he gets in with that on the medium tyres, it looks like it'd be a medium hard run if they are getting in. Again, safety cars could play a difference, you know, help out, help a tyre, you know, the tyre wear. But it'd still be very, very difficult. You'd want to be, for me, anyways, I'd go out, do 1 lap on the medium, obviously if it's good enough, and then come straight in and keep those tyres wrapped up for the race then.
This is the thing, you know, that there's a few strategies there, as you say. Like, I think, you know, the soft tyres would be a good strategy if the safety car came out and it played out right for you. As you say, you're committed to a two-stop strategy, but you know, if someone's on a set of hards and they've just pitted or 10 laps ago and they're going to the end, they're going to get snookered at one stage. So it can come round and roundabouts, I suppose.
Yeah, I just think the drivers on the mediums there just lost, you know, just made a slight mistake by doing more than one lap on their mediums, because they're basically writing themselves into a medium hard rather than a medium soft, unless they have unbelievable tyre, you know.
There we go. Sorry, Shay, just to cut in front of you there. I was just about to say, Anthony Stan is retired. He's in 10th place there. He's after being dropped down from 8th to 9th to 10th. We're on board with Alberto now. He's going to try and start a lap now. We got Doomed on an out lap with 10 seconds to go. It looks like he will get across the line to start that.
Yeah.
Shadow.
So Craigie put himself up to
Shadow on a lap.
P2.
He's on a lap 2.
Oh,
so
Craigie's.
Craigie.
I think Craigie.
He might be in. We were just on board at the McLaren. Just caught Craigie on the exit there. But
and then he's lost on the
he's
grass.
lost it. God love him. It's a bit of a... Yeah, the stewards might be having a look at that after the race here, but let's see how it goes. Doomed Vista, he's going through the S's now as well. A bit of a gaggle of cars there. Anthony Alberto on the exit of Degna 2. He got distracted by the two cars. I think it'd be interesting to see the guys on boards now after this, to be honest with you. And then Doomed is coming up to this gaggle of cars as well, and these are all battling to try get out of this Q2.
Yeah, well, those three guys now have... There's no time for them to set another lap, so I'd like to think that they'll move out of the way for their competitors now. I
know, in fairness, it just looked a little bit messy. It just kind of got a little bit held up. There we go. Yeah, look at this.
Oh my God, lads.
Oh my word almighty, gentlemen.
That is shocking.
Gentlemen, please.
That is bad.
Please, the stewards will be having a look at that one after this. And there's only one person who's going to be happy about this, Shane, and that is Anthony Stan, after getting away with the nick of it. Everyone crashing into each other, being their own worst enemies. There we go.
I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know. That was shocking. See, I reckon, right? I was following it. Oh, there's someone doing a donut. He doesn't look too happy. I was following it.
Looks like he was doing
I was following it.
So he's in a perfect position here now. He's in P11. Free choice of tyres. Can go hards, medium, softs. Can do whatever he wants from here. So you know, not bad. Go ahead, let me.
Yeah, no, I can put myself in their shoes. So it looked like Craigie got in the way of the McLaren on his hot lap. And I think them two then were maybe having a bit of a, you know, oh, you pissed me off kind of side by side, what are you doing? And then then
take out the Mercedes then.
Yeah, then the Haas comes along and gets wrecked by them. So then the Haas is now bereaved by the two of them. So then they're side by side as we were on board at the Mercedes at the time on the TV cameras. And yeah, then he just goes off then as well. Like, it's just a mad one altogether. But sure, look. What an entertaining start in the Q2. People were really feeling the pressure and it showed.
Yeah. Just checking the comments there. Just seeing if anyone has seen it. But
so that's that one. So in Q2 we have knocked out. We got Alberto there in 11th. Doomed in 12th. Shadow Moody in 13th. 14th is Faz. And then down in 15th then is Bono Candy. He is having some connection issues though today, unfortunately.
There,
but the moral of the story here, Shane, is right. Alberto, Doomed, Shadow, they all tripped over each other at the end of the session, and they didn't get a good enough lap time in at the start.
Yeah, I feel for Doomed and Shadow because
I feel for them.
I do. They were on laps, and there was things outside their control that have prevented them from. We don't know if they would have gotten to the top 10, but they lost their opportunity to put their name,
Shane,
put themselves forward for it. But yeah,
that's
unfortunate.
It
happens to the best of us, but that's why we need to be communicating in parties. That's why we need to be aware of the track map, who's behind you, especially when you've set a lap time. You now know you are either you're boxing, you're coming into the pits. Spec Drive, why did Spec Drive retire?
May have a Q3 ban. We have to confirm that up.
He didn't have a Q3 ban. 100%. No. I don't know why he retired.
Looks like a few of the cars, the mechanics are coming out now. The cars are coming out onto the pit entrance. Oh, look like the Williams. Unsafe release by the Williams there on the exit, but sure, at least they're not. The stewards aren't looking into that this weekend. Just like sometimes they don't look at track limits, but today we're definitely on the track limit buzz. People need to keep themselves within the white lines on this track. No such thing as a gimme in this one, and then it's treacherous on them curves as well. Dip a wheel into that grass, you're around. So there we go. We got a gaggle of 4 cars there out of the pit lane. We got TK Dillman, we got Craigie. He's actually he's not in that 4 car train. So we got Alpha Stun in there as well. Oliveira looks like it there as well, and Anthony Stan. So the guys are going to have to give themselves a bit of space, I assume. There's one of the guys just pulling off to the side there, the Alphas. So yeah, who do we think's going to take us, Shane?
Alright, are we putting our Euros towards pole position here?
Oh yeah, was it triple or nothing this time round? Is it
triple or nothing now? Yeah.
Do you know, I'm gonna go first here, right? Because I think I'm gonna go with our newcomer there, Oliver, to see how he gets on. That's why he jumped in, Shane. I was straight in there.
Push the wide there. It's only an outlap, so it's all good. But maybe testing the boundaries there. Degner won. I would have been saying Spectrive would have been one of the guys I would have been putting forward, but I don't know why he's after. Well, I have a feeling why there might have been a misunderstanding about why he had a Q3 ban, but he doesn't have a Q3 ban. So that's unfortunate, but yeah. So
TK Dillman is just at the start in his lap now. He's the first one on track. So
I'm gonna go with TK. I'm gonna go with TKD, man. That's my shoe for
all right. We're on board with him now, so we'll see how he gets on in his first run here in Q1 and Q3. Nicely taking the first part of the S's.
Yeah, he did. Stay off that curb.
Oh, a little bit wide. Yeah, that's it.
Off from that curb.
Yellow flag, sector 1. We got an Alpha. An Alpha behind. Looks like he's binned it. The Alpha Stun. Yeah, he was slow on the side there. Purple for TKD man there in sector 1. He would be being the first one over the timing line, but sure, look, see how it goes. Into the hairpin now. Not too bad, nice late apex there as well. It's very easy not to do that, and you do lose a tenth or two down the straight, but here, say, down into spoon now. Spoon 1 into spoon 2. It's like a double apex left-hander. You just need to open that steering wheel ever so slightly in the middle of that to get that nice boom boom. Flat out now in the race, trying to make a move with heavy RS open down here, trying to get a run on the car in front, but nicely through 130R. Purple in sector 2 as well. Down into the chicane. Oh, he's out there clipping the inside. He didn't go invalid though, so that looks like he cut that nicely. Coming across the line now. Let's see what kind of a lap time he's got. He's got a 128.1. Oh, maybe there's a few people behind.
There is a lot of time to be gained there, but I do think he definitely has in him. There's a couple of points there on,
Oliveira,
especially in sector 1, sector 2.
Oliveira purple second sector, purple sector 2 coming into the S's, into the chicane. Sorry, out of the last corner now. Keep it close to the inside. Shortest run to the line and a 127.6. Happy days. That is gonna be a good one for me. I might be heading down to the bank after this one, going down for a local point. Hopefully when the lockdown is over. So that's it there with that one there. He's on a 127.6. The lap times are coming in now. Big knock goes on a 127.7. That's very close there as well. TKD man 128.1. Craig on a 128.6. He would definitely have some time left in that one. We got a Williams. There's Bubbers there. Bubbers, bit of front wing. No front wing damage. I think he was just kind of getting out of the way. Killer J on in after invalidating his lap straight away, so he's going slow around the end of the sector. Looks like Anthony Stan now was on a out lap. He's just about to start his lap. Shane, do you want to take us through this lap?
Anthony Stan, is it?
Yeah, Anthony Stan.
In the Alpha Terry here coming into turn 1, so you want to basically brake after the entrance there, down into 4th gear, straight up into 5th, get on the power early. Yeah, he hit that apex, nicely done there. Stay off the curb on the left hand side, keep it in 6th, drop down to 5th. Back up to 6th. Power up through Dunlop here. Then you come up to Degner 1. In 8th gear, drop down into 7th. Down into 4th. But for me, be 4th. On the so I can get better traction out of the corner. Coming up into the hairpin here. Down into 2nd. Up into 3rd for a quick short shift. Get on the power early. Now to run up the spoon here. 7th gear, 8th gear. Get your braking point, get your turn in down into 6th, down into 5th. Get on the power early, that's nicely done. Now to run down to 130R. Which is, in these cars in the dry, is easy flat now. Down into 3rd gear. They went into 2nd, that's not too bad. Get quickly up the gears. Keep us tight, well, he should be keeping as tight as he can there to the right hand side. Maybe lost a 10th by that, but it's close there. Big Knuckles is not far off Oliver either. He's only a 10th off, so it's going to be close, and I do think TKD man has a bit of time left in him. Oh, yeah, Tilmo's in the gravel.
Yeah, he's done the old first part of the S's there. I was watching him because I just noticed it was going to go on board with him next. He had just started his lap, and just as we were crossing the line with Anthony stand there, I seen the yellow flag pop up. So sorry for jumping the gun a little bit on that.
You're going. Alpha Stones is just about to cross the line here. Going for another lap time. Oh no, he boarded last second. He nearly binned it into the wall. But yeah, he's back in the pits there.
Tilmo's having an embarrassing
like he
one.
was on a lap. Yeah, Killer J's on a lap. He's coming up the spoon. It looks like it's getting very dark. I don't know if you've noticed that, Lemony, but the skies are starting to get very dark. So I wonder if there'll be a bit of rain in the last 3 or 4 minutes. Spice things up a bit.
Be interesting one now. With only 4.5 minutes left in the session now, everyone's going to be starting their second runs. If they have some tyres.
Very, very quick, and you know what this game is like when changing from dries to wets. It can happen over a lap.
Oh, stop the lights, especially in Japan here. Sure, it could be.
Yeah.
It's a
guys on an out lap. Anthony Stan is coming in, is he?
Yeah, Killer J's in anyway.
Yeah. So there's a couple of guys on out lap. Let's see who's actually closest. Who'll be the first to start a lap. So
TKD man, he's on an out lap.
TKD man, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Coming across the line now. So let's see how he gets on. Rob boarded his front left tyre into turn 1. From the TV didn't. The Williams should be alright, you know. It can be a little bit distracting through the S's, but shouldn't be too bad if everyone's using their mirrors. Which we know they haven't been.
I took those S's much better.
But wide on the exit, he's in the wall on the exit there. Again, the rear end just coming around. I don't think he
had any more time. I don't think his time, that would have been wing damage.
Don't know.
Yeah, he's got front. Off.
Yep.
Craigie's on a lap. He just started a lap. He's coming into turn 1 now.
We'll go on board of Craigie now, the fighting Scotsman now, coming into turn 2. Not too bad there, a little bit wide, but it won't hurt him too much. Into the first part of the S's, nicely done, unlike some people in this session so far. Into the second part of the S's now. Again, hard to keep the nose of the car in on that bit then. A little bit wide through Dunlop on the grass. Oh, he's into the gravel. He's going to have to abort that one now. He has enough time to get around, hopefully enough fuel. Looks like there's a bit of a traffic jam there down in turn 1 between a couple of cars. I don't know where they are. Where am I going? There we go, yeah. Killer J on an outlap. Stuck behind one of the cars there. He's off into the gravel. Here we go. Don't lose your front wing. He's alright, he's alright. Safe. Safe. He's on an outlap. Don't flat spot them tyres. Jesus.
I'm watching the provisional pole sitter now. He's just started a lap. He's going through the S's now. 5th gear. Stay off the curb. Into 6th, down into 5th. Back up through the gear, 6th, 7th. Oh, that a bit of rain? I don't know. It's raining. It's raining.
It's raining.
It's raining. He's purple in sector 1. 3rd gear, 4th. Yep. 6th. Now, what I'd be doing with this bit of rain now falling, you want to be using short shifts. You want to be using maybe a gear higher than he normally would. He had a bit of trouble coming out of the hairpin there. Oh,
Big
Knuckles
Knuckles onto the pole position.
And the thing is, he set this lap first, so Oliver might struggle now with the track as the track gets a bit wetter.
Let's see now, coming out
He took that well. Let's see now how his sector times. Will he go purple in sector 2, yellow flag in sector 1?
Nothing major. Here we go.
He's not purple in sector 2.
He is not purple sector.
Purple.
Oh, Big Knuckles
taking this entry in third, and I'd be upshift.
He's invalidated his lap. That's it. He's got 1 minute left, but it is raining on the track.
Bubbers getting out of the way. Fair play, Bubbers.
Bubbers on the ground.
Stand there.
Andy stand. Oh, what a move.
And purple in sector 1. Purple in sector 1.
Yeah, we're on board Andy stand now. Lovely entrance there to the Degnas. We just got on board of that. Looked a beautiful shot now, I have to say. Fair play to the cameraman on that one. Through the hairpin there.
The Kobayashi hairpin was nicely done there.
They kind of need to ignore this rain. The tyres are hot enough. They will get the grip if they can just believe in the car, because I think that's what's going to have to happen for these guys to try and knock Big Knuckles off pole position. He definitely is.
There's a bit of traffic. That's teammate of that Knuckles up front. There's Knuckles going to get out of the way.
Bit of a drag. Getting a bit of slipstream as well.
Oh, Knuckles. Yeah, well done.
Lovely Knuckles.
Could this be an AlphaTauri 1-2?
Into the chicane now. Nicely done. No invalidations.
Yes, that was
straight
great.
To the line. Let's see how it goes.
Right
into third place. Third place there for
nicely done, Anthony Stan.
Let's see what Oliver.
Off track. Killer J
he's done.
Invalidated.
Yeah, Oliver's done as well. His day is
Tilmo
done.
is on a lap. Tilmo's on a lap. He's just coming out with Spoon. He took that nice and
We're on board
tidy there.
Tilmo now. He's the only one now who can really battle there for Big Knuckles. Big Knuckles must be looking at it there. He's really shown good cojones in this lap today, you know, with that kind of a lap time. Let's see how they get on. Tilmo now into the chicane. Heartbreaking.
Oh, yeah. Nearly turning too early there. Stay right.
And across the line, let's see. Into ninth, still couldn't improve. That rain must have been too much. So Big Knuckles is in pole position for the Grand Prix. Well, Oliver there is second.
Pole position of the season as well. Fantastic.
We both wrote him off, Shane. We both. It's a quadruple header next week with this. You know, Oliver in second, Anthony Stan in third position, and then TK D-Man in fourth, Bubbers fifth, Alpha Stun in sixth, Craigie in seventh. Not a bad lap time, but he probably won't be happy with that one. Killer J in ninth, Killer J 8th, Tilmo 9th, and Spec Drive, who retired at the start of the session, in 10th. Well, what an upset, Shane. Big Knuckles, fantastic, great lap time to him. I don't want to take anything away from him, but that just seemed to come out of nowhere. What a fantastic lap time. He got everything together. And the worst thing was we didn't see it.
Well, he was P2, I think, in Q2 and Q1, so he did show a bit of pace, but Oliver seemed to have been a couple of tenths up on in both qualifying, you know, in Q1 and in Q2, so it didn't look like it was on, but it looked like he would be thereabouts. But yeah, no, hooked it all up, and yeah, there you go. P1, Big Knuckles, fair play.
P1, Big Knuckles, well done, buddy.
I was just reading the comments there. I just looking here from Crew. Crew actually had TKD Man for his pick as well, so we're all he said maybe Knuckles, but his pick was TKD Man first, so we're going with first pick.
You can't be picking two now.
Can't be picking two, yeah.
This should be a good Grand Prix. I'm really looking forward to it. Only .055 between the two boys at the top.
Yeah, it's close.
And don't forget, Shane, we got Liverpool fan down there as well with NASCAR. Liverpool with NASCAR fan and Eltmar, you know what I mean? So we got some battles at the front of the field, some battles at the back. And obviously, as always with Tier 2, the midfield is very compact as well.
Yeah,
so
you can see with the skies there, nice sunny day here now in Suzuka.
Nice and shiny, lovely jubbly. The tyre should get some nice temperature today as well.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what the guys outside the top 10 will pick for their tyre strategy.
I heard you said it there one of the races there before, Shane. If you're starting near the back of the grid, slap a set of hard tyres on. Hopefully you get with a good safety car or two,
Yeah.
and it pulls out, pull it out of the bag at the
It
end.
all depends on when the safety car comes out. Like an early safety car helps you, and the late safety car helps you. One in that medium kind of tire window doesn't help you as much.
But with the
But what I mean
medium,
is that the soft guys, say if you get a safety car in the first 5 laps, anyone on soft really is going to be pitting. So
yeah,
you're going to get track position on them, and they're going to go on hards, but your hards are only 4 or 5 laps old, so there's not much of a tire delta between new hards and 5 lap old hards.
if you go now for the
And then if you get the
formation
late
lap
safety
today,
car, you get a free pit stop. So ones at the middle of the race it don't really work out as much, because that means your mediums are going to have to go a good chunk of the race, and it rules out your option of going to the softs. So, like on a 27 lap race here, the medium tyres, a fresh set of medium tyres will probably do about 18, 19 laps, So it's not too bad, if you're on hards and you get a safety car, say around lap 13, or come in, get yourself a set of mediums, and you're on mediums to the end of the race. If you get a safety car around lap 17, lap 16, 17, you could go onto the softs there to the end. So it all really depends on when it falls, and knowing your safety car windows, when to pit, what tire, your tire life. But it's still all to play for. I'm just going to check here what tyres everyone's starting on.
But if you don't mind, Shane, going through the grid there and call out the tyres there, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, just going to check the tyres here. So we have Big Knuckles on pole on the medium tyre. So the top 5 are all on mediums. We have Oliver in P2, Anthony Stan in P3, TKD Man P4, Bubbers P5. Alpha Stone's on the softs, Craigie Speedy P7, Killer J P8, Tilmo P9, and Spectroid P10. So then we go from 11th down. You have Alberto on the mediums, Doom Vista mediums, Shadow Moody softs, Faz on the mediums, Bono Candy on the mediums, Eltamar on the mediums, NASCAR fan on the softs, Liverpool fan mediums, Artistic mediums, and Happy to be here mediums. So surprised there's no hard tyre being used. But yeah, I suppose with safety cars, especially if drivers are expecting 1 or 2 safety cars early, you can push those mediums out, and they're going to be fresh mediums. They'll probably go 17, 18 laps, no bother, So they could do a medium soft run, where the guys that have used the mediums in qualifying, they're 2-3 laps old. They're already 2 or 3 laps old, so
yeah,
the chance of them going to softs is quite difficult. But I'll let you take the start of the race here.
Yeah, so the drivers are just ending at the back of the grid there now. The marshal is going across now with the green flag, so it looks like everyone's going to be loaded, ready to rock and roll. Just waiting for the lights now to start up there now. We got all the drivers now on the grid, a bit anxious now. We're on board the Big Knuckles. There's the lights there. And they're out, away they go off the line. Not a bad start by first and second. Good jump there by third by Anthony Stan. He's in the middle of them. He's actually going visible, so it's not too bad on that one.
Yeah.
Side by side there. Yeah, not too bad. We got the Alpha and the Williams there behind. It looks like... Is it alright? Doesn't look too bad at the moment.
They're alright.
Through the first part of it. Yes, is nil.
Everyone seems to get through relatively clean there. I don't see any shrapnel on the ground.
No, looking
pieces
good.
Of wing. Oh, there's a Force India round. NASCAR fan. He lost it in the SS. There's no damage now. No damage.
No.
Just make sure that he doesn't overheat his tyres, because he'll be quite low of grip. His rear tyres will be on fire at the moment, so he just needs to keep it nice and easy
on the inside of the Red Bull. Okay, looks like we got a McLaren off there as well.
Oh, did he have a bit of wing damage as well?
With the Haas and the Red Bull here now for 6th and 7th, looking very good there with Craigie behind as well. Ooh, looking a bit dodged there now. A few guys going wide there through Spoon. This is a very hectic first lap. It's hard to keep up with everyone. We're going to stay on board of Killer J here. Side by side with the Haas coming into 130R. The Haas going around the outside. Killer there.
Alpha Stone's broken wing. He's down 12 positions.
Mercedes a bit wide. Oh, Another Mercedes locking up into the chicane there as well. Looking dodgy at the back there, but still keeping it clean enough.
Oh, Oliver just got first place.
He did. Let's go back to the lead here. See what's happening.
Did he?
We got another McLaren around there as well.
He didn't. It looks like there's a connection issue because Faz is now in P2. So I think Faz is the host of the lobby, so I don't know if it's a connection issue.
Yeah, but Faz is definitely down the pack there a little bit, in fairness to him.
Yeah. Like, Knuckles is actually still leading the race. If you look at it on track, Knuckles is first. And Oliver is in second, but unfortunately the graphics are shown, for me anyways, they're not shown to be in the right order.
No, same as myself.
Apparently in P1. Oh, there's already a penalty there. Anthony Stan is that into the...
Oh, there's loads of stuff going off down here. We got a Mercedes off. It looked like it was Tilmo going wide and Degner 2, 1 and 2. Jenny Mack and then NASCAR fan again around in the Dunlop. All these guys trying it on all together. Let's see where we are now. Sorry Shane, it's happy to be here. We're on board of him at the moment.
Oh, there's action everywhere.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
There's action everywhere.
The stewards will be up all night.
The two races in a row in Tier 1 with no reviews, so it's been fantastic.
Looks like we got a McLaren.
No, elbows out racing what we want to see, you know. Once everyone is respectful. But
the Ferrari and the freezing point there, getting a squirrely through 130R. That was Dodge Central, especially on lap 3 of the race. I'd say Specjoy really had a heart attack. Happy to be here, Liverpool, and they're all through the chicane there as well. So not looking too bad. The two boys at the front there now, Oliver and Big Knuckles.
3-second lead.
Yeah, there we go.
But Oliver is staying right within the DRS zone, and the DRS has been enabled for this lap 3 now. So let's see if he can make the move in the next DRS zone. It's not the easiest track to overtake. So
it looks like Artistic's having a shocker. God love him today. Oh, we got Alpha Stun there. Looks like he's around. No, it's Faz. Sorry, Faz went around. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, Alpha Stones has already made the pit stop. It was said earlier on, he's down about 12, 13 positions. He had wing damage. I don't know if that was with Artistic on lap 1 or 2 there, because Artistic also had wing damage around that Degner zone. So
we're looking at Eltamar now in 7th place. He's only 2 tenths behind Killer J, and only 4 tenths behind him is Specjoy, but he does have a penalty, Specjoy. So we're looking at these guys now coming down the back straight now into 130R. Is Eltamar? No, he's sticking in the slipstream to 130R.
The lead here. They're very close. 8 tenths, 6 tenths,
5 tenths.
It's gonna have DRS.
Nice move by Eltamar on Killer J now into the chicane there. Lovely.
It is quite hard to overtake. It's Craigie now pumping in fastest lap of the race there. Eltamar's up 10 positions already on the start of lap 4. He's on the set of mediums as well, so maybe on fresh mediums.
Oliver a little bit wide.
He'd be in a position now where you could go medium soft, depending on the way the safety cars fall.
So it looks like everyone's kind of calmed themselves down a little bit. Now's the time of the race to try and get yourself into a rhythm. We got 7 tenths between Big Knuckles and Oliver there in first and second. Seems to be fluctuating between a second to about 3 tenths. You know, we'll see how that goes. Then a bit of a battle there for third and fourth and fifth with TKD Man, Bubbers and Craigie as well. He'd be happy enough with how he's getting on. Yellow flag sector 1. It looks like Artistic might be on the wall again. So after that then we got Eltamar just after making a move on Spec Drive there for 6th and 7th. Then we got Doomed followed closely by his teammate Dilmo there in 9th, only 7 tenths behind. And then we got the 2 Renaults then as well. I wonder if they're both holding each other up a little bit, but they are very close on pace. Liverpool fan up to 10th from the start, doing really well. So up to 10th,
Happy up 9, Liverpool up 8, and Eltamar up 10, and that shows you that their accidents put them so far out of position, because we were saying that those 3 guys were. Well, I suppose Happy was late. It was NASCAR NASCAR has had an accident, but we were saying about Happy. It was a pity that he wasn't able to set a lap time in Q1, because there was an opportunity there with 3 drivers, and there's a move here. Liverpool making a move on Tilmo. Great move, absolutely great move. And
Missed it.
Tilmo knew and left him the space there, so that was good racing there with the 2 guys. So Liverpool fans have 9 positions now. Just going to check the gap for the leader. Eltamar is catching big knockouts, so he is bringing himself into contention. He's 7.8 seconds now. It's only a couple of tenths, but you know it is coming his way. TKD man has a penalty, as we can see there. That's a 3 seconds. So there's been a few. So Spectrive has a penalty, Faz has a penalty, Anthony Stan has a penalty, and TKD man has a penalty. What I found about this race, and I think it's already happening as well, is when I was racing, I felt like I blinked and it was lap 10. And I was like, Jesus, those 10 laps went so fast. And it's already lap 5. And, you know, it feels like the race only started because there's been so much action.
It's only out there calming down a little bit.
Yeah,
and it looks like
he's close. It's 2 tenths.
Go back to the lead there, so saying, yeah, there we go. Oh, here we go.
Knockouts is after getting a pen. And I know it's very difficult when you're leading the race, but I'd be thinking a knockout situation, championship here. Oliver's not fighting for the championship. There you go, he's gone by. You know, it's very hard to get by a win.
Nice move down the main straight. Just goes to show.
I don't think Knockouts did defend as hard as he could have, and I think that's the right thing to do, because you don't want to be racking up penalties.
Oh, TKD man is out of the race.
Yes. Oh, and there was another car on the Big Knuckles is in the gravel too.
The TKD man is in the left there of this car. We got a safety car out on the track, Shane. This is what happens in the yoke. You cannot rest on your laurels. Oliver there in the lead.
Speeding Liverpool fan got a drive through for speeding under the pit lane. Not pit lane, sorry. Speeding under safety car. I didn't see what happened there.
Oliver's in first and Bubbers is now in second.
Yeah, Knocko spun in the sector.
I missed it, sorry about that. I was concentrating on TKD man at the time.
There was so much going on, there was so much going on at this race.
Alright,
I'm just going to look at the tyres here.
Yeah, give me a minute, Shane, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Yeah, Craigie on softs, he's the only driver in the top 10 on softs. He could go on to hards now to the end. Mediums is a potential, but if mediums be quite worn by the end of the race, if he done 22 laps, he won 22 laps. So probably hards will probably be his best shout. You have Shadow Moody down on 5 lap old softs. Pretty much everyone on mediums are probably going to stay out unless they have wing damage or they're already quite low down. But you can see there's a fair few. Tilmo's on hards, Killer J's on fresh mediums. There's only a couple of guys. NASCAR's on soft, so you'll be looking at the Bubbers' pit as well. It is quite a short pit lane time. It's about a 20-second pit stop, which is one of the shortest of the year. It wouldn't be as short as Spa, but it is one of the shortest. So if you can get into clean air and you can pump in some good laps, it is easy enough. Well, not easy, but it is a possibility to gain enough time that you can make another stop and actually be a benefit. So let's have a look here. Oliver stayed out. Eltamar's with the P2, which is absolutely fantastic from where he started, and he's on fresher mediums than Oliver. The mediums that Oliver started the race on are from Q2, so that they've technically 9 laps of. Actually, he actually done 2 flying laps, if I remember correctly. So those laps are 10 laps. Those tyres are 10 laps old. Eltamar's tyres will be 6 laps old, because they're brand new sticker tyres that were put on for the start of the race. Knuckles then, after that spin, he's P3, so that's not too bad. I think that's because Bubbers and 1 or 2 others might have made a pit stop that's helped him out there. Spec Drive in P6 also with a penalty. Alberto there. How many positions has Alberto made it? Alberto's up 6 positions. Eltamar's up 14. Fantastic drive. We'll have a look at the penalties as well. So we have Big Knuckles with a 3-second penalty, Spec Drive with a 3-second penalty, Faz with a 3-second penalty. Liverpool fan with a drive through. Anthony Stan for a 5 seconds, so that must have been speeding into the pit lane. Drive through was speeding on their safety car, which is very easy to do. And then you have a couple of 3-second penalties then for a few different drivers there. So 8 laps in, we're still on the safety car. Nice. I think it's going to be a fantastic race now between Oliveira and Eltamar now. Both of them up the front. Knockos is right there with them. So Artistic's got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting with a safety car. His tyres are quite dirty, so I think he might have had an off. He has a good bit of wing damage there too, so I think Artistic needs to come into the pits. Surprisingly, NASCAR, who started the race on softs, did not take the opportunity to pit, and it's quite surprising. He's down to 16, so if he made a pit stop now, he's not going to be losing many positions, whereas if he was to do that up the top, in position 4, 5, 6, he would drop down to the back of the field, but he's already down the back of the field, so it would be a no-brainer for him to come into the pits, get a set of. You could actually go to me if you put on a set, lap 8 now. It's about 19 laps to the end of the race. He could come in, especially with the way he's driven this season, with drives in Monza on bringing his tyres 22, 23 laps. He should come into the pits now, get himself a nice fresh set of mediums. That would get him to the end of the race.
Yeah.
Artistic is in the pits, served the penalty, and he's getting his front wing changed. He's putting on a set of softs there.
Nicely done. Sorry about that there, Shane, and to the viewers there.
No.
I just had to have a bit of a pit stop myself. What was it? Splash and dash. I was having a look at the old chat there, Shane, and I've actually put a question to the fans out there. So I want to have a quick shout out first of all. Itchy saying Japan is deadly. Equaz, Team Alpha being phenomenal.
NASCAR,
Yes,
I don't know if you heard me or not, but NASCAR is in the pits. Knuckles
Nice
with 5-second penalty for contact with Eltamar.
So the question I wanted to ask the guys, Crew's actually having a look there as well. How are you doing, Crew? Hope you're doing well, keeping it easy. We'll see you back next week in the commentary booth. So yeah, I am asking everyone on the group chat there and on our fans on YouTube, who do we reckon now? What's going to happen for the rest of this race? Who's going to come out on top? Considering there's a few different strategies playing out now with the safety car intervention, who do we think's going to get the old big W at the end of this race, Shane?
The W, it's difficult because now I think anyone in the top 3 here, depending again the way races go, a safety car at an unfortunate time can turn a race upside down, or weather comes along, or I know we're not expecting rain, but it didn't look like we were expecting rain in qualifying, and it came out of nowhere. So I would think I'm going to go with Eltamar. He's been top. He's been fantastic all season, and now he had a bit of an accident there, a bit of a blip there in Russia. So I'm going to stick with Eltamar.
Eltamar there, the tried and true, says you. I'm looking at Spec Drive there. He's impressed me now coming up to 4th. The guys obviously have made an advantage there of the safety car situation with others pitting there from in front of them, but it's going to be an interesting one to see how it pans out, because the guys behind have now effectively had a free pit stop as we're getting ready to go back to green. We're on board Oliver. We'll go back to the TV side of things now. Here we go, the TV camera. So we're about to get this race back underway. I'm gonna stick with Oliver. I think he's got a surprise up his sleeve for the guys behind. We'll see how it goes.
The only thing what I'll say about Oliver is that he is a Tier 1 driver. Well, he technically hasn't raced yet in Tier 1, but he is a Tier 1 driver. So the he could come first. He could come first on track, but that doesn't necessarily mean he gets 25 points because we are looking at reserve drivers not counting towards the point system for races. So you know he could still come P1. Doesn't necessarily mean that he'll get points for it because he's not a tier 2 driver. He's just here to fill in for a driver that's not racing today.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Just having a look aboard Alpha Stone there. He's made a lovely move through the S's there. At the very start of them on Tilmo. He seems to be Tilmo's struggling with his hard tyres, but that is a bit to get them up to temperature. In fairness, the grid seems to be spread out a little bit. Oh, the McLaren behind getting a bit out of shape, so it's looking like he's side by side with NASCAR's True. Yeah, ran wide on the exit there at Degner too. Side by side with Anthony Stan. They are visible, so we're alright for the moment. A little bit dodgy on that one. Yellow flag sector 2. Ooh, we got a car out wide there as well. Looked like it was maybe Faz.
Oh, took a move there. Craig, he looked like he ran a bit wide there. Oh, he got right up to the back.
We're on board with Craigie now.
What's going on here? They're going to be side by side around into 130R here.
Yeah, we're watching it live. Shane, go ahead.
Giving him right. Oh,
I tell you now.
They gave each other too much space there, and they ended up nearly going straight instead of turning left there. But
that was great.
No harm, no foul. Yeah.
Now
just looking at it here. Top 4 do need to pit again. They all will need to pit. They're on the tyres they started the race with. But Craigie, Bubbers and Doom Vista, the next 3 cars, they are on mediums, hards and hards. So Bubbers, Doom Vista, they will make it to the end, no question. Craigie's in a situation where they can go 20 laps. It is possible, but they might not be in the best of nick. They definitely have seen better days. So Craigie could put himself here, and Bubbers, the two of those guys are giving themselves a good shout for winning this Grand Prix now. As I did say earlier on, it's not the longest pit lane in the world. The pit stop takes about 20 seconds. If you, in a track like Silverstone, for example, with a 30-second pit stop, they would be in a much better position, obviously, because the guys in front would have to gain an extra 10 seconds to get the win, to catch them up. Just looking at the delta, it'd be interesting to keep an eye on the delta between the leader and the guys here. So Craigie's just made a move there with Alberto. He's on the P4. So Craigie's 5.5 seconds behind Oliveira. Oh, sorry, Oliver. My apologies for saying the name wrong there. So he's 5.5 seconds behind. That means he's a net 15 seconds, 14.5 seconds up the road. Now Craigie does have a penalty. So that, I'm just going to check what penalty that is.
I believe, just looking...
fastest laps. So
looking
Craig
at
kicks it 5 seconds.
Yeah, so looking at our group chat there, Equaz kindly said to us there, Craig, you got a 5-second time penalty for the collision on the safety car. And he's called Craigie. He says Craigie's going to be the one for the race win on his fresh mediums. It'll be tight between Craig and Bubs. So there we go. That's why we've been on board then. So it looks like Bubs is trying to make a move just behind.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, we just got the end of that one there. Nicely done by him.
The only thing I'll say is that even though these guys are on the fresher tyres, they're not catching the leader. The leaders are pulling away. For these guys to be in a position to win this race with this strategy, they technically should be lapping faster.
Tilmo looks like he's out there having a situation. Yeah, Tilmo's around in the gravel. In the S's there, he's dropping loads of time. He's pretty much taking himself out of any contention here today. Unbelievable. I say he's sicking it down when Liverpool and Anthony Stan are very close to each other too. Yeah, sorry Shane, to cut across you there. It's just there was a yellow flag sector one.
All good. Now Craigie's been lapping in and around the same pace as Oliver this lap. He is still losing a bit of time. He is still losing a couple of tenths. And this is where he really should be eating into that gap, you know. Eltamar is out of DRS zone now as well, but the two guys up front have no penalties, so they just need to keep their head down. And as I said,
Eltamar is in the pit lane.
Yeah, he is. He's making the undercut here.
Trying to get the undercut going there. Craigie's still catching big knockouts in front there. He's going to be head down.
The only thing is though is that I know that the undercut is he's trying to pull off the undercut here, but he's going to get himself into a lot of traffic.
Side by side between the Alpha and the Mercedes, and they're both around in turn 1. Doomed. is after having contact with Alpha Stone. We caught that on the TV camera there coming into turn 1. Looked like one of the drivers trying to sweep around the outside using the DRS, but it just has not worked out for them. Doomed has got back up and running off a stand there as well. He's just in front of happy to be here. So they haven't lost too much time, but yeah, that was just a bit of misjudgment on both their part there, I say.
Yeah. So Eldemar's out on hards, which was the only choice he could really do with pitting on the end of lap 12, which would have been his scheduled pit stop. Well, actually, Eldamar started outside the top 10. Those tyres were fresh. They could have went another 5 or 6 laps. And even if he went onto the hard tyres, he would have been able to jump a lot more of these cars. He's losing time now.
I was just going to say,
Bono Candy. He's going to be, this is not.
He's
good.
ruined his mistake. He's after making a mistake with that one there now, as you say, caught up between the traffic there, especially in them downforce corners. Them hard tyres will take a lap or two to come up to temperature too. So maybe he's playing the long game if he can get by.
Pumping in fast laps at the race. He's after going 31.0.
Bit of space for Eltamar now. He's after passing Bono Candy down the back straight there. So let's see what kind of lap times he can do in them fresh hards compared to Oliver's 13 lap all mediums. I wonder if Oliver now will be keeping an eye on that to try and make an informed decision on when to pit. Try and protect from that undercut.
Yeah. So Oliver now has an 8-second gap, but he technically has a 16-second gap with penalties. Knuckles has an 8-second. Craigie has an 8-second.
Oh, looks like happy to be here. Oliver after having contact there in the first corner. Yeah, happy to be here. And Bon Candy have spun in the first corner. Yellow flags. They're back up and running, but a little bit of damage to each car. Telling you. Oh, we've got as well the Shadow Moody around in Dunlop.
Oh,
where are we going, Shane? Oh, he's wide on the exit.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, there is. There's loads.
There's a bit there, Shadow. Yeah.
Shadow on the mediums, Faz on the hards. Oh, a little bit dodge on the exit there. Looked like Shadow just
up the gearbox of Knuckles now. He's only 4 tenths behind him.
Side by side between the two boys. Looks like the Ferrari's in the wall. Faz mightn't be too happy about that. We didn't quite catch that on the cameras. But yeah, it's all argy-bargy back there. I tell you now, altogether. Look at these guys are trying hard for another safety car.
Knuckles
is called there. So it looks like Oliver is trying to stretch this out so he can smash on a set of softs for the race, which will be.
Yeah.
Craig will be a little bit apprehensive about that one. Him and Buffers are very close to each other.
It's the right decision to do. I suppose if we're just going by tier 1, I pit for softs on lap 16 and they got handily to the end from 16, So, well, the wear light was on, but, I wasn't really suffering from or struggling with any wear issues or anything like that. But just looking at the deltas here now, just trying to see, he should come out ahead of Dune Vista and behind NASCAR if he pits this lap. But I think he'll probably push it one more lap because he has to gap to Eldamar. Eldamar was stuck in traffic. Eldamar still has to get by Dune Vista and Alpha Stones as well. But yeah, Oliver, he was pumping in fastest laps only 2 laps ago, so I'd stick out another lap. He's in control, no issues. Just if I was in his shoes here, just do another lap. Box for softs.
We have the intervals now up on our screen there. So from the leader there, you're looking at Doom Vista 22.5 seconds, Alpha Stone at 23.
Yeah. So NASCAR is 15 seconds behind. So that's the window.
NASCAR going for a move in the chicane. These two, Alberto. Yeah, side by side, just caught the end of that.
He did get a 3-second penalty there. He did get a 3-second penalty in that corner where he made that move. So, that realistically, if he made a move off the track, he shouldn't be giving that back. I didn't see it, but I did see that the warning or the alert, the penalty.
We didn't see it.
The penalty
ourselves.
did come up in that corner that he made the move in. So that is something that maybe could be looked at after the race. He's around. The Red Bull is around. He lost the rear.
After missing that, we were just on board Alpha Stone there, but we see him rejoining on the track there. Yeah, Alberto, back on there through the S's. He's trying to lose it again. He's got dirt on his tyres. Definitely overheated. The Renault and the Alfa Romeo as well. What is going? Alfa Stud is off there. That's what's after happening. Oh my word! They're all trying hard. Not. Oh, yellow flag, sector 1 and sector 2. Not too bad now. We just settled on big knockouts for the moment. Seems that everything else is happening around the track. Here we go. We're on board of Faz now. We're looking at him on the TV with Bon Candy and Spec Joy all in the gaggle here. This could kick off as well. It seems to be the closest battle on track with Killer J recovering on 5-lap all mediums there as well, starting to close up behind them. So it looks like there's actually quite a few drivers there. We got big knockouts just in front of them too. This looks like it's a tasty battle here now. Oh, we got an Alfa Romeo.
Oh, the Alfa has no front wing.
Look at this.
Just looking at there, Alberto and the leader are the only two that haven't stopped yet. So I think maybe why Alberto had lost it there was probably down to his tyre wear, you know, and he's coming into the pits now, and rightfully so. But Oliver is staying out.
5-second penalty for Alberto. Naughty boy. So looking on board the Spec Drive now, DRS open down the back straight on the main straight, but so does Bon Candy in front, so status quo for the moment between them. We've got a McLaren off. It looks like it might be artistic again. Let's just call that one. Side by side with the Ferrari and the S's. The Haas is out of shape, so yeah, looking very good now here. Very close now. They're all kind of unsettling each other, and you just hemorrhage time around there when you're battling through Dunlop. This is dodgy coming into the first part of the Degnas. We're just gonna watch this and see how it unfolds, I suppose. You see, they're trying to pass and defend at the same time, coming into hairpin. Red Bull looking
out. The leader is staying out. He's 17 seconds to NASCAR now, and NASCAR pit 7 laps ago on mediums, which is
very side by side.
NASCAR can't go to the end on those tyres. Just to put into context, Oliver's tyres now are 22 laps old. That's including the 4 laps he'd done in qualifying. He's about to lap a McLaren now in front. He has a 10-second lead. Elton now pumping in fastest laps.
Side by side between Bon Candy. Oh, they're just settling in through 130R. A little bit of a corner cut, but with Killer J. Oh, this is dodgy. They're really pushing each other hard now. Faz is closing up to the back of them too. Bon Candy on 13 lap old hards. No DRS. Killer J round the outside. Looks like they're both actually going to be side by side into the first corner. Ah, swoop around the outside there. Lovely but there by Killer.
Bono got a 3-second penalty for running wide there.
Not too bad. We got Shadow and Alpha Stun side by side into the chicane there. Alpha Stun's a little bit wide. Sorry, Shadow's a little bit wide. Alpha Stun passes him on the exit onto the main straight, so that's not too bad there between them two guys. Unfortunately, battling for 15th and 16th, but a tale of two halves, I suppose. This race, some people getting caught out, others capitalising on people's mistakes.
3-second penalty. 3-second penalty. That could be massive. And I'll tell you why. Looking at the gaps here, well, he should be able to. But what it says, he's 14 seconds ahead of Bubbers. Bubbers is on hard tires. Bubbers is going to the end. Bubbers has no penalties. So that's a net, say, 11 seconds if we go with that, alright? Oliver will pit, and he'll probably go on softs, and I don't know why he hasn't stopped yet, because he could have stopped 2 laps ago, but he hasn't. But that's down to himself. If the tyres aren't, maybe he's waiting for a safety car. Maybe he thinks the safety car is going to come out. But I hope he's not pushing towards puncture territory, because that could easily just change the end of this race. And he looks like he just got another corner cut there as well, looking on board. Now, yeah, as I was saying, 20-second pit stop, you'll come out about 6 seconds behind Bubbers, and there's also NASCAR between him and Bubbers. You also then have to take in the fact that he will be lapping probably a second, 2 seconds lap faster than the two of them. But now he has a penalty, which we've seen how penalties can change the ending of a race. You can come across the line in P1, but with penalties it doesn't always work out that way. So yellow flag sector 1.
Oh, looks like we got Killer J out there spinning around. Yeah, that's Killer J around. in the S's there. Another victim to turn one. Some drivers are really having a shocker today.
Well. No, it's gone.
Oh no, we got a McLaren. It looks like it's
Happy.
artistic again. We got a safety car again on with 19
And
laps
look what
gone.
Oliver's doing. Oliver is in the pits.
Oh my word, look at that. Well, Craigie's only 10 seconds there. Oh, what's Craigie going to do? We're on board with him now. He's on the mediums. He's coming in too.
Craigie's pitting. Bubbers has to stay out.
Bubbers, what's he going to do? He's looks like he's pitting too.
Craigie.
NASCAR fan. He's pitting. It looks like everyone's just going for glory. Let's all just have at it. You know what I mean? What probably going to be a 5-lap shootout towards the race. Looks like Eltimer is staying out on his hards. They're only 6 laps holding. Oh, this is shaping up nicely. This is shaping up beautifully, Shane.
Yep. Eltimer again with the point out. Oliver pitting for hards with 7 laps to go.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
Craigie on soft.
He still wins the race, it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's soft tires from this. The soft tires can go 11 laps, no problem. On 8, well, even with the safety car, by the time it goes green, it'll probably be 6 laps. So it would have been.
What are we looking at with the time penalties with everyone?
Yeah, and it's actually much easier to be able to see it now rather than have to go to race director. We can just scroll across and check the pens. So detail. And we have Oliver 3 seconds, Eltimer no penalties, Craigie 8 seconds, and that last one. Oh, Eltimer just got a 5 second for having a collision with a guy that's a lap down. How does that even happen? How does that even happen? He's supposed to be a ghost.
This is a strange one.
That's actually ridiculous.
We may have just caught that, but it looks like Happy to Be Here is trying to let everyone go by because he's getting caught by the safety car queue without realising he should be going forward.
Past the safety car, you're supposed to overtake the safety car. Yeah.
I think that's just, in fairness though, that's Happy trying to be, you know what I mean, just courteous to the faster drivers. But yeah, it's a bit of a confusing situation. In fairness.
Yeah, like I don't know what we're gonna have to do with situations where a lap car is giving people pens on their safety car. I think
in fairness though, Formula 1 themselves just need to let the cars just drop to the back of the grid and give them back their lap on the telemetry. They don't have to go around like there was a dangerous incident in the Imola Grand Prix. You know what I mean? Recently with the Racing Point with a Marshall as well. You know, it's just a bit of a strange one to be fair. It's like, come on, like, you know, it's the 21st century, but they do have to do the distance. You know what I mean? That's probably what it is. Having a quick look, Shane. Sorry, quick look at the chat there. Yeah, having a look at the quick chat there. So people there, Equal saying the tyres must be baking hot. Jim is out there as well. Oliver have to pit someday. He has, but he only put on a set of hards, so that we'll see how that comes back and sees how he gets on with that. Yeah, we got a few guys there. Craigie should get this there by Jim as well. So, and then Jack, go on, Liverpool fan. So yeah,
see, it all down depends. Like this is, if you look at it, Oliver now 3 seconds, Eltimer with that 5 seconds, which is arguably the worst penalty I've ever seen. But sure, Craigie 5 seconds with NASCAR fan. So Craigie gets a pen for collision with car that's behind him. Again, we've warned drivers so many times and feel like a broken record about driving on a safety car. Like,
it's alright.
Why are cars up to people's gearboxes? Like, just looking at it there, I'm on board with.
No,
I'm not looking at the same feed. These drivers, they're like 6 feet away from the gearbox of the car in front of them. Why?
Here, that's their own fault, though. You know what I mean?
I know, but the guy that, but what I mean is, the guy behind is 6 feet behind the car in front's gearbox, and when there's contact, the guy in front gets the penalty, not the guy in behind. So the one that's doing nothing wrong is getting the penalty. That's what I'm saying.
We should start brake testing people under the safety car, Shane. They'll learn their lesson then.
Yeah, right. So at the moment now, it is 3 seconds Oliver, 5 second pen Eltimer, 13 seconds Craigie, NASCAR 6 seconds, Big Knockouts 3 seconds, Bubbers no seconds, Liverpool fan 3 seconds, Doom Vista no seconds, no penalties, Spec Drive 11. So Yeah, so that'd be 2 3s and 5 for that. Killer J 6, Bono Candy 6, Baz 9. And there's a couple of drivers with none. Alberto, Alpha Stuns and Anthony Stan none. Tilmo with 6, Shadow with 3, Happy with 13, Artistic with no pens.
Fair play to Artistic, keeping it on the track so far, you know what I mean? Doing well with his steering wheel.
Speeding in the pit lane.
Lovely. But what are you meant to do? You know what I mean? This is one of these things about this game. Some penalties are absolute BS, and then there's times where you think to yourself, it's like no penalty. You know, it's just nothing happens. You know, even though you're the one off in the gravel or in the wall. Telling you.
The one thing we just want from the game is consistency. Like, where is the consistency?
Where is the consistency? But yeah, sure, JD back, we can go on about with that all bleeding night. The amount of things we've seen through the years of Codemasters games, you know. So let's see how it goes.
Unfortunate thing, yeah. Hopefully, Take-Two can sort. I know, Codemasters still going to be developing it, but maybe with Take-Two they might have a bit more power to fix a few of these ridiculous issues that have been plaguing the game for a while. But sure, we still love it, don't we? We're still on it every week.
Having a look there at the group chat, I see Spider-Man's being a bit active there now. He's questioning the call for the hards. You know, we don't understand ourselves, but you know, Spidey, if you've been watching, there's been plenty of cracking eggs in this one. You know, the omelet's just about done here. You know, with only about 5 laps to go at the end of this one. We'll see how it goes.
Definitely. Yeah. Maybe Oliver didn't have any softs left. I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't think the softs would go. Well, his tyre wear was so good. His tyre management was so good on the mediums. You would expect him to be able to go 8 laps on the softs, especially with a couple of them under safety car. Can't understand it, but sure, he's leading the race. He's led pretty much every lap. He was thereabouts for pole. What do we know? He's the one in the car. Safety car is in this lap.
Oh, here we go. The safety car is calling it late there down the back straight. You know what I mean? There's only
the way the game works is that the safety car that comes in this lap is at the end of sector 2, and the end of sector 2 is just before 130 euro.
No, it is.
That's why it does. But they're very close to the safety car. They should have backed up a bit more there.
Here we go. Is this going to be? Here we go. Oliver's gone now.
Yeah, and Eltamar has a good shot.
Looking elsewhere now. Looks like they're both on the ERS, weaving down the straight to break the toe. Not too bad. Gonna scroll back, see if we can see any action in the back of the field. Bubbers is up. Big Knocko's is rear gearbox. Not too bad on that one. Everyone seems to be going through the first left-hander.
Oh, and Bono. Oh, that was always going to end in disaster there.
Bono's around, is he?
He made a move, and I think... Yeah, sure. It might be looked at, to be honest now, but...
Well, now's not the time to be worrying about that. We're looking at the battle for the lead here. Everyone's saving it for the last bit, you know. I think in fairness, though.
Another one, ignoring the yellow flag.
Happy days, happy to be here. You know, I think, Shane, we might as well just think about it. You know, who's going to get the bragging rights today? Let's let the penalties sort themselves out at the end of the race. We got Oliver in first, Eldamar in second, under pressure by Craigie. He's got some good pace on him now with his fresh softs. He's only 2/10 behind. Let's keep a bit of patience there, Craig. You know what I mean? You're going to get him now down the main straight. We'll have a look at him now with the TV camera.
Craigie now has 13 seconds of penalties, so...
Looks like Spectroid's retired there now.
He has, yeah.
Yeah. No DRS at the moment, isn't it? Not because it's just past the safety car, so not able to do much.
Laps with safety, with the DRS because of safety car.
Oh, looks like it's out there kicking off down into the... Yeah, there we go. We got someone around.
There's NASCAR fan again, just
popping
himself up at the end of the race.
Alberto around as one of the guys. Ooh, a little bit of out of shape there by Bubbers. It's all kicking off now, Shane. I don't know where you're looking at there. We're on board with Bubbers here behind Big Knuckles. On board coming about.
Leaders here.
Gonna go through.
Eltamar, another 3-second penalty. That's
Oh, he's got a
That's
good run on Big
his chance
Knuckles.
gone.
Here we go. Let's see how it goes. Oh, look at this. Oh, he's in the gravel. We were on board with him there. He just got a little bit out of shape. Let's have
Oh,
a
and he
look.
comes back on track. Oh,
I'm not watching it. I'm on board at Liverpool
oh.
now. Trying to get a run on Big Knuckles. Let's change back to the TV camera here now.
Drops him
Nice.
11th.
Nice sweeping run through Spoon. Bit of ERS down the back straight now. He's on it.
Well,
Yeah, that virtual safety car. Oh my word, we got a McLaren off down here the back there in the chicane. Oh, we got a Haas off as well in the second part of the S's. It looks like another victim to that left-hander, or maybe the right-hander this time.
Joy
Boncandy.
2 penalty speeding under VSC for Alberto.
Alberto's having a
Yes.
bit of a shocker. He was around in turn 1 there as well, so he's not too happy. Happy to be here, isn't too happy anymore. He's gone. He's DNF'd.
Bubber's Joy 2 penalty speeding under VSC. It just unravels, doesn't
Back
it?
on race.
It's going well, and it's going. Everything's working out for you, and you have a chance that you're gonna look.
We got a Haas in the saw. Craig, he's in the wall. Oh, Craig. Oh my word, another victim to the left-hander. This is just shocking. This left-hander, I swear that I don't know. We'll leave it up to the comments there. What should we do with that left-hander? Is the bane of our existence. Every single one of us. It wrecks our lap, it wrecks our race every time. So yeah, put it in the comments, lads and lassies.
Sorry, there's something going on here. The team, there's teammates here in second and third place, okay? They're both in the racing point. One is on hards, Eltamar, and one is on soft tires, NASCAR fan. Will there be a switcheroo to allow NASCAR with this fresh soft to have a go at Oliver over the last 2 laps here? I doubt it, but something that should be thought about, especially the fact that NASCAR is in a net P2 because of penalties, because Eltamar does have penalties. But Bubber's 3-second penalty warnings. Penalties just keep coming now.
Yeah, indeed. It looks like it's side by side.
Killer J and Knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Artistic looks like he's having a shocker back there. God, probably has some dirt on his tires. Probably get back going again sooner rather than later. Tilmo down now for the battle for. Oh, Tilmo's around. He's around in the S's. He's after saving it there. Battle for the final position in the points there. He's after losing out to Shadow Mooney too. Janie, like what a save! In fairness.
NASCAR just turned away. Second place was at 10. He was within the window of Eltamar 2 laps to go.
Sick buzz for NASCAR and that one now. We're trying to follow the battles here because I can see there's a bit of a gap between first, second and third there. But yeah, Janie Mac NASCAR, he'd be ruining that mistake, sure, at the end of this race. Nearly about to start the last lap soon.
Liverpool fan could be playing himself into P2 of this race. He just look. This is down to pens. He is about 5-ish seconds behind Eltamar.
If Killer J can have anything to do with it, look at his ERS. He's already passed him before 130. Oh, blasted by the straight. It was a fantastic move, beautifully executed. Well done to Killer J. Their Liverpool fan didn't stand a chance. In fairness, but yeah, that is just great.
In fastest laps on those hards as well.
DRS though coming down to make sure he's starting the last lap. Is he going to try a lunge into the inside of turn 1? Ooh, they're both giving each other space. No, it's not too bad. Sorry, Shane.
Had a lap left. I'm just saying, Bubba's in the points with a lap left and he's in the fifth. Oh, he's serving his drive through. I forgot about that. Oh no.
Sick buzz for Bubbers.
Oh, there's a
yellow flag sector 1. It looks like it might be NASCAR fan. He's into the into the gravel. Oh my word! He's recovered, but he's after throwing it away.
He did.
Oh lordy, dirt on his tires. Is he going to be alright? It looks like he's okay now, but that is a disaster. We're going back to Liverpool fan and Killer J because it looks like that's the battle on the track right now. Ah, sick buzz. Doomed is right behind NASCAR too. We're looking at that on the side there, but looks like we're going for a battle here. As the leader is coming down the back straight now, we're going to jump on board of him. Yeah, we're going to have to lead the battle there. So we're on board. We're watching Oliver now on the TV stream, coming down into the last chicane now. What a great race by Oliver. He held his pace, he held his nerve, and he's across the line to win the Grand Prix. Congratulations.
And with it, fastest lap to boot as well. Fantastic.
Yeah, fair play to him. Fair play to him. He really dominated that race while everyone else was making mistakes behind him. He kept his cool.
Look how close these penalties are making these positions here.
NASCAR's out of the race on the start-finish straight. NASCAR has crashed. I don't know what's after happening with NASCAR. You can see him in the background there. Just before the line, he was in the points positions and all. He will not be happy.
No.
Oh my word almighty.
He was on for P2 of the
Holy
race with like 2 laps to go. And now he has no points. Well,
there we go. But drama to the very end of the Grand Prix. We didn't quite see it at the end, but the main thing is Oliver has won the Grand Prix today. He was a reserve driver today. Great pace from himself in front of Eltimar in second and Liverpool fan in third. It was a great recovery drive by themselves there, Shane, from the Q1 crash. But yeah, what a race. That was fantastic.
Yeah, again, it's full of excitement now. I'm sure there'll be drivers not happy with certain points of the race. We can go back to qualifying. There was a couple of bit of blocking going on there. I'm sure drivers aren't happy about that. There was some elbows out racing as well in the race. There was some fantastic racing in the race too. That's what you get. Like this, that's, you know, it's fantastic to see Liverpool fan with another Driver of the Day award. Started down the bottom. So he made about, I think he made about 15 places in that race. So fantastic. Yeah, Oliver obviously is just a reserve today. He's a new driver. We're getting him in to get the opportunity to race.
Oliver looks delighted there on the podium, and the champagne is spraying. Look at this. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Eltimar there as well on second place, and then Liverpool fan there in third. And are we going to see the flags again to represent the drivers there from the country they're from? It's always great to see, Shane, the representation as well.
P16 to P2. Liverpool fan from P18 to P3. What a fantastic drive. Doom Vista there, you can highlight Doom Vista's P7, but no penalties, you know. So
fair play to Doom Vista on that one. I'm scrolling down to see who had the most penalties, because that is my favourite part of the week. Tilmo with 12, looks like he's taken that unofficial record today. Don't worry, Tilmo, I got 24 in one of my races recently, so you're fine. What a great race though, Shane, as you say. First there for Oliver, Eltimar second, Liverpool fan third. Big disappointment though for a few of the guys there. NASCAR fan, I swear to God, he'd probably be able to blow himself across the finish line there. Oh, sick buzz. Then Craigie as well. He put it into the wall there through the S's there at the start of it. He won't be happy as well. Bono Candy, he had a couple of contacts during the race. Happy to be here as well. He just didn't. Today was not his day, unfortunately. A spec drive. And TKD, man, Janie Mack, it's just been an unbelievable race. One of them ones that Shane that throws a spanner in the works, I believe.
Yeah, that's what happens. Like we can see how quick a race can change. That safety car, that late safety car worked out in Oliver's favour. Now he was quite dominant in the race as it was, but what I mean about it is that it made the race easier for him because he got a free pit stop and then he kept his track position. Where if he or P5, and then the guys like Bubbers who are in front of them don't have a pit stop, they're going to the end. So he would have had to then make the moves on track to get his first place back. Now he probably would have been able to do it, but you never know, you know. So
never know.
The safety car worked out in his favour, and you look at NASCAR. I was only saying there, I wonder if the two rating points will do a switcheroo and allow NASCAR on the soft tyres to have a go at the leader. That was on lap 25 or 27, and you look at what happened over the next two laps. he finishes outside the points. So it's, you can see how things can change so quickly, from bad to good and good to bad. You know, sometimes a bit of luck, sometimes it's down to an error, you know, or lapse in concentration or anything like that. But you know, you just have to capitalise.
So yeah, that's it. Like Shane, you touched on it there yourself. Like, and I'll say myself as well. Like today was a race of the least mistakes, and it just proved today that Oliver with the win, he didn't make any mistakes today. He seemed pretty bulletproof. He held his own. He held it under pressure from guys behind, even putting on them new hards. He seemed to know what he done. It obviously worked out for him. Eltamar and Liverpool again coming back from the back of the grid there with their difficulties in qualifying. They obviously would have taken advantage of a few situations there presented with people going off or the safety car as well. But again, hats off to them. The cream always rises to the top, that's what it is today.
You look at the two guys who finished second and third there, P16, P18. Those two guys are in the top 5 of the championship. You know, as you say, cream rises to the top. Those two guys are two of the best drivers in the league, and you can see that, you know, they done it on track and they were able to move through the field at a track that's not easy to overtake. It's like Suzuka is not. It's not a foregone conclusion. It's not like Monza or something like that, you know, where with the DRS he can overtake quite easily. So they done a great job, the two of them. Obviously Liverpool fan driver of the day, deservedly so. Eltamar is also up there, and I feel that penalty as well, you know, kind of messed up Eltamar's race, because at that point, you know, he had the penalty advantage over Oliver, and automatically that 5 seconds just changes everything, you know.
That's it. So, pushing hard though as well at the same time.
Yeah, so USA next week.
Yeah, USA. That's going to be a hard one there as well. Them S's there. Please don't remind me about it. You know, we'll see.
Fest.
Oh, stop the lights altogether! I tell you, there might be a few disqualifications, and I might be one of them. Just a quick one there, Shane, from the chat there from all our fans. Great to see so many people being active on that. It's been fantastic.
It is great.
Everyone seems to be pretty good there. With NASCAR fan, as people were reacting to that, he put it in the wall there. But everyone seems to be pretty happy with Liverpool fan getting into third there. So again, thank you very much to everyone out there. I've had a great time with this Grand Prix. It's been fantastic. Shane, do you have anything there yourself?
No, you basically covered everything there. You know, it's great to see the interaction on the channel, and that helps. That helps our league. You know, basically, this league has grown from 5-10 people racing 6 months ago to over 40 people now, and it's great to see all the new drivers coming in and the interaction we're getting online. So, you know, appreciate it. Keep it up.
Yeah, and I want to say big shout out to the admins there, and there's definitely a few guys behind the scenes. They know who they are, who really put the effort in. That again, I always reiterate on these commentary days. You know, we're all here to have fun. This is what it's all about, and thanks to people's hard work behind the scenes that we get to enjoy it. And as you say, Shane, it has grown from a small amount of people to over 40. And we're always looking for new people, so anyone out there who's impressed by the racing or who wants to get involved, just get in touch through our YouTube or the particular ways. Shane, you might be able to elaborate a little bit on that. But all the more the merrier. We're always here for fun more than anything else. We have a Facebook. You know, you can contact on PlayStation as well. Anyway, I just noticed here, I don't know if you noticed, Lemony, he's gone there, but some guy called Stoke Bloke joined the lobby there. I don't know how he got in. I don't know either.
One of the people's trying to join the league, but yeah.
But yeah, you know, there you go.
Yeah, on to USA. We hopefully now. Well, actually, yeah, just thinking that Tier 2, it's still wide open. There's still a lot of drivers at the top there that have a good shot of winning Tier 2. So there's an awful lot of racing left for the guys to fight for, and
it is great.
And the opportunity then to move up to Tier 1 next year as well, which, you know, what more incentive do you need, you know?
Exactly, like the top 5 of this Tier 2 gets up to Tier 1. for
And then the
next year.
bottom
So the
four
guys, yeah, the
ish.
guys are working hard in tier 1, tier 2 for that one, and then the guys, as you say, Shane, for tier 1, 4 will be dropping out because I believe one of our main drivers is retiring for a small bit. So you know, might make a few guest appearances.
Nico Rosberg is stepping down. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, brilliant. Thanks very much, Shane, for joining me today. That's been a fantastic race, as always. Pleasure to have you with me. And,
Yeah, great. Enjoyed it.
yeah, deadly, and I look forward to America, USA next time in Texas. Might get myself some barbecue ribs for that night or something. We'll see how it goes.
Nice.
All right.
I'll be joining.
Yeah, all the best, fans. Take it easy. Have a good one.